weekend couch things. Some question or a thing that pops up in our seminars and client meetings all the time is it better to be a spender or is it better to be a saver? And the answer really depends on what your psychological money profile as a person is, and what growing up, what has influenced you to certain good and bad behaviors, because both have pros and cons. And the biggest pros and cons to each is for a saver. Biggest pros is that it can be a good habit that you obviously know how to create capacity for in the future when you have capacity to use that towards other things, right? And living lean essentially. But the biggest con, and it is a big con, is that generally savers have a scarcity mindset and they can struggle to earn enough income. Versus spenders, the biggest cons to a spender is that you don't have the habit, which can be hard to teach, on how to save and create capacity so that you can, look after your future and do the things you want to do. But alternatively, that the biggest pro, which is a big pro, is that when you're a bad spender, you learn to have to generate income, right? So you're very good at finding ways to generate income to cover your spending. But it's all well and good to say, well, then why doesn't a bad spender just create more income to create that capacity? You can't, because that psychological habit and traits that you've been building on will mean that you'll spend that capacity on something else. So in summary, it is easier to teach a saver how to spend on the right things than it is to teach a spender how to reduce their capacity,